Let's go to the sea. We were like them. With the power of a gun, they would take and we would run of our ways in our sacred land. They didn't understand. It was right that we be dispossessed to make way for progress, to make way for progress. Here we are, living together and apart as one nation in the modern world, with all its wonders and its curse. Lest we forget our own past. Who lost their freedom and shared their land to the newcomers, lent a hand. For it was told in the stars, strangers would come from afar, and they would sail the southern seas just to meet our destiny, just to meet our destiny. I'll reach back in the box and do a song from the Overnighter album. This was inspired by my father, who unfortunately is no longer with us, my family anyway. He passed away some 11 years ago from cancer. He was the kind of bloke who'd be loath to go to a doctor. He'd just crack hardy and keep working, you know. He was a child of the Depression. He was out working at 14, never got an opportunity for further education, but he was still pretty smart. He taught me a lot of things. One thing about, he wasn't a musician or a writer, but he loved to dance. He loved the old-time country dances, sawdust on the floor, tin punk band on the stage, and away he'd be off with my mother. First one up, whoosh, she'd be saying, too fast, too fast. But I'd be a little tacker skidding in the sawdust, you know, around the side. He'd come past me and say, get up, get up. You know? I was a bit shy to dance with those farmers' wives. Not anymore. So it's a bit of a tribute to how he lived and died, you know. That's called You'll Have to Follow. My father stands at the back of the house. His hands are shaking as he went out. The night was dark, but he knew where he was, with a pain ever growing inside him. In the morning I'd yell out to his van, hoping he'd hear, hoping he can. Are you alive? I'd shout. He'd reply with a groan, and we'd all be relieved he was moaning. And my father said, there'll be no sorrow when I'm dead. You'll have to follow. Let the music play. Sweet memories of the old time days when he was king. My father worked the land with his hands. He didn't have the schooling to make other plans. He'd tackle any job, and jobs loved him. He was first to start and never quit. When he found he had cancer, we hoped he'd have time, but his body was stricken. His life was on the line. He said, I didn't want to end up like this, but that's the card you get dealt. So I went with him to pay for his funeral. He did it with a grin, like it was business as usual. Let the music play. Sweet memories of the old time days when he was king. Well, my father's hand is held in mine on his hospital bed. My tears drip like wine. He'd refused all treatment, couldn't take any more. He just wanted it to end. Still he signaled to me to give him a hand, to help him get up, to help him to stand. And I wish that I could have kept him alive, but you gotta let go when it's over. Well, my father's dead, but I still hear him talking sometimes around the shed. I feel that he's walking. He says, stick to your principles. It's the only way to be. You wanna get anywhere, be happy. And my father said, there'll be no sorrow when I'm dead. You'll have to follow. Let the music play. Sweet memories of the old time days when he was king. And he always said, there'll be no sorrow when I'm dead. You'll follow. May you all go out dancing.
You went out dancing?
I've been doing a lot of walking in country over the last 10 years or more, down where I come from, Chaparral country, and around the Grampians area, Western Victoria. Got a few songs that way, and I want to do one of them now for you. There's a hill south of Ararat. It's not on the tourist map, but it's like any place. It's got its own history, its own story. It's a sort of a bare hill with standing stones on it. Must have had a big story for it once, but we don't know what that is. Anyway, I was ahead of the other walkers, and I got up there and sat in the rocks and looked out over the floodplain to wait for them to catch up, and I fell asleep there somehow in the long grass. And the feeling I had when I woke, I tried to put it into this song. Up on bottom deep hill I wait, my back against the stone. I wait for my people to come, cross the plain below. I see kangaroos moving, and an eagle flies above.